You ever have that moment where you realize you can't go back? Not because you don't want to, but because you burned the bridge and not just a little spark either. I mean, full blown action movie explosion, slow motion, sunglasses on, walking away without looking back, and maybe, just maybe, that's exactly what you needed to do. See, there's this weird little trick our brain plays on us. We start telling ourselves these bedtime stories. Maybe I can fix it. Maybe if I'm patient. Maybe if I just keep smiling, even though my soul is clearly trying to crawl out of my body. Nah. Some things aren't meant to be fixed. Some bridges, they're supposed to burn so bright you can see the next chapter by the light of the flames. And you know what's hilarious? When you first light it up, you feel like the villain in your own story. You're sitting there thinking, oh man, maybe I overreacted. Maybe I should have just sent a polite email instead of, metaphorically setting everything on fire. Meanwhile, life's just sitting there in a lawn chair with a soda like, finally, welcome to the show. Took you long enough. I used to live this tiny, tiny life. Like I was trying to fold myself into a suitcase that was 2 sizes too small, always shrinking, always apologize, always saying yes to things that made my stomach hurt. You know that moment when you agree to something and immediately feel like you betrayed yourself? Oh, I was an Olympic gold medalist in that. And for the longest time, that was my normal. That was home. It was comfortable, but comfort can be a trap, my friend. It's like sitting in a jacuzzi that's slowly being turned up to boil. And you're sitting there like, this is fine. I love being soup. Then one day, something snaps. You wake up, you look around, you realize the life you built to survive isn't the life you want to live. It's not even close. And suddenly, the bridge you thought you needed to survive, you realize it's the very thing keeping you stuck. So what do? You don't tiptoe out. You don't write a polite resignation letter to your own fears. You grab the nearest metaphorical match, and you torch that bridge like a boss. And let me be real. It's terrifying. It's disorienting. It's lonely as hell sometimes. I remember sitting alone in my tiny little apartment, lights off, pizza box on the floor, half-eaten granola bar on the counter, looking around like, wow. So this is what winning feels like, huh? Glamorous. No backup plan. No trust fund. Just me. My fear. And a tiny little whisper in my gut that said, keep going. That whisper, it's everything. That's your real compass. You can't tiptoe into a new life. You can't sneak in through the back door, hoping nobody notices. New life doesn't send you a formal invitation and a nice map. You gotta run straight at it. You gotta jump, stumble, belly flop if you have to. You gotta fall flat on your face sometimes and laugh about it later. It's messy, it's awkward. You will absolutely look ridiculous. Like a baby deer learning how to walk, legs wobbling, eyes wide, heart pounding. Some days you'll feel like you've got it all together, chest out, music playing, walking down the street like you're in a movie. And other days, you'll be sitting on the bathroom floor, eating stale Oreos for breakfast at 2 p.m., Googling, is it too late to become a lighthouse keeper? Real life, my friend. Real change is hilarious and tragic and beautiful all at once. And there will be days, dark days, where you're 99% sure you've ruined your life beyond repair. You'll stare at the ceiling, wondering if you should have just stayed quiet, stayed small, stayed safe. You'll play the what if game until 3 a.m. What if I stayed? What if I tried harder? What if I never get another chance? And right when you think it's over, right when you're about to tap out, something tiny, something impossibly small, cracks open inside you. Maybe it's a stupid meme that makes you snort laugh when you haven't laughed in weeks. Maybe it's a text from a friend you forgot you even had. Maybe it's just you waking up one morning, realizing you don't feel as tired as you used to. And it hits you. Maybe you're not broken. Maybe you're just healing. Slowly, quietly, on your own weird, wonderful timeline. You start noticing it, little by little. You're not dragging yourself through the day like you used to. You're not swallowing your words just to keep the peace. You're not clinging so tightly to people who made you feel like you had to earn their love. You start meeting new faces, new laughs. You have a random day that just feels light. You look around and realize this isn't survival anymore. This is life. Your life. Built brick by messy, tear-soaked brick. And let's be real. You're going to lose some people along the way. Oh, it's inevitable. Some folks only loved the version of you that was easy to manage, the version that bent until you almost snapped, the version that dimmed your own light because it made them feel more comfortable. And when you stop playing small, when you start glowing a little brighter, oh, they're gonna squint. They're gonna gossip. They're gonna say you've changed. Like that's some kind of crime, and yeah, it's gonna sting. It'll make you second guess yourself on the bad days. You'll wanna grab them by the shoulders and say, no, no, wait. I'm still good. I'm still lovable. But don't. Don't explain your evolution to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Let them squint. Let them talk. Let them stay on the other side of the burned bridge, clutching their little flags of judgment. Wish them well, with love even. But don't go back. Don't rebuild that bridge just because loneliness gets loud. Not every empty seat at your table is a tragedy. Sometimes it's a blessing, because on this side of the fire, it's different. It's wilder. It's freer. You find yourself doing things you didn't even know were possible. Saying no, cleanly, kindly, and firmly. Setting boundaries without a panic attack. Laughing louder. Loving deeper. Protecting your peace like it's sacred, because it is. You discover you don't need everyone to approve of you to sleep well at night. You realize you don't have to explain yourself to be worthy. You just are. And don't get it twisted. There will still be days you miss the old life. Nostalgia's a sneaky liar like that. It'll whisper, remember how simple it used to be? It'll conveniently forget to mention how much you hurt, how exhausted you were from pretending, how small you had to make yourself just to fit in. Of course it was easier. So is staying in bed all day, binge watching reality shows. So is scrolling your phone into oblivion instead of facing your dreams. But easier isn't the same as better. Easier isn't free. Easier was killing you slowly, smiling on the outside, shrinking on the inside. Every tear you cry now, that's not weakness. That's not failure. That's old weight finally leaving your body. That's you wringing out all the survival mode coping you no longer need. Every awkward first step you take, that's new muscles growing where fear used to live. Every terrifying decision you make to move forward, even when your voice shakes, even when your hands tremble, that's a foundation being laid for a life that's actually worth living. A life that feels like home in your own skin. So if you're sitting in the messy middle right now, knee deep in the ashes of what you used to be, wondering if you're crazy for dreaming of more, you're not crazy. You're becoming. You're shedding the old you, the one who thought survival was the best you could hope for. It's painful. It's uncomfortable. It's downright ugly sometimes. But oh, my friend, on the other side of this, you won't even recognize yourself. You'll be stronger, softer, sharper, wiser. You'll laugh louder. You'll live bigger. You'll love deeper. And you'll never, ever want to go back to the cage you once called home. And when, not if, but when, your mind starts panicking, when that tiny voice creeps in whispering, maybe you should turn back. Maybe it was safer there. Maybe you should try rebuilding that old bridge. Smile. Smile like you know a secret, because you do. You know that the best things in life happen after the bridge burns, after the fear, after the fall, after the leap of faith you barely thought you could survive. Maybe one day, you'll be sitting at a dinner table with people who truly see you, or working a job that lights you up, or dancing barefoot in a living room you built with your own two hands. And you'll pause, you'll look around, and it'll hit you like a tidal wave of gratitude. This is it. This is my real life. And I made it here because I didn't give up when it got ugly. I didn't quit when it got lonely. I didn't run back to safety. I let it burn. Burn the bridge. Burn it with fierce love for yourself. Burn it with thankfulness for the lessons. Burn it with a fire so bright the next version of you can find their way home by the light of your courage. And when it gets dark, when it gets scary, when it gets lonely, Remember, you're not soup. You're not stuck. You're not lost. You're finally gloriously free.